Hello, beautiful people. Happy Friday. Hello, J-Rob. Welcome in. Hello, Sandy Nailed It. Welcome in. Ooh, J-Rob. So my teacher texted me today. My scores are in for my written exam. What was the scores? I'm dying to know. Come on. I bet you they were good. I'm hoping they were good because I know your work is good. And I know you've been studying your butt off. Test 1, I missed 6 out of 98. Test number 2 is 2 out of 10 and 3. I'm not thrilled I missed so many, but I passed them all. That's the main goal. Congratulations. Yay. But think about it. That was just a practice test. So at least you know going into it, you should pass regardless. So that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. So happy. Congratulations. At least now, yes, the test in general will be still stressful because we know we all deal with anxieties like that. But to know you did good on the practical, you're going to go in there knowing, okay, I did this once. I can do it again at least. Right? The best news to start off the weekend? Yeah. So I was going to do Doctor Who, but I'm just, a little more anxiety about the vendor stuff. So I decided I haven't really no 20 sets. So we're going to start working on some 20 sets. And I decided, might as well just do it on stream. I know I need to work on the redeem, Sandy. You are correct. I have to figure out how to use the system. I am not a computer person. So for me, I'm just literally flying by the seat of my pants. But we are working on it. I thought I put them in, but I guess they just aren't linked properly or something. I don't know. I even have to figure out this text-to-speech thing. So we're just going to go with the flow and learn, right? Ooh, okay, nice. So it's getting close. You're almost done. Think about it. You can bang that out this summer. Start working. Well, you're probably already working on your ideas for your job of doing this, but like think about it. You'll be launching this summer, which is a great time to launch because personally I feel summertime, like especially for like my press on business and stuff, like I have vendor events, I have so many more options to get out there, whereas winter, you know, just like me, I hibernate. There's not so many events, so I think this is like almost like the perfect time. You'll get to launch during the summer while people are still out and about, and get your name out there. You're already doing good on your Instagram, like you have many photos and stuff out there. Sorry, the herd just came home from school. But yes, I didn't. Yes, I saw your picture for that. I still haven't tried it with my husband. I might do that tonight after the stream to see if that's going to work out, so I can tell other people if they don't want to buy the sizing kit, at least they can try that. But I still think the sizing kit is the more practical way. But like just for me, like I'm trying to only sell 10 nails. Like I don't mind making extra for people, but you know, I hate the idea of people buying press-ons and then having a bunch that don't fit them just sitting there to go in the garbage. But I know for this vendor event I will need, you know, some quick sales that will fit anybody, so I decided to give in to the 20 for a bit. So right now we have size 0 to 4 on here, and then we'll do 5 to 9. Kayla did great last night, right? She did so good. The funny thing is, the video that I showed you, I couldn't post it because it was too long of a video. Just leave it over there. Thank you. But I didn't even get the ending. Thank God her dad was recording it as well, because it hit me in my emotionals and my feels, because you could see in her face, like, you know, when someone's passionate about something and she loves to dance. So it showed in like her facial expression how like she really felt the words to the song and like showed it off, and it was amazing. It got me in my feels, and somehow I stopped my recording of my video, so I didn't get the ending because I couldn't see her because of the light, the way it was. So it was like I ended up stopped looking at my phone and just looking at her. And then I looked up and I realized my phone was black screen, and I was like, what did I do? But you know, it happens. Hello, anyone can nail it. Welcome in. The ones on a lot of my display ones probably won't have it, but these ones I'm just gonna make 20. So technically, it's all the nails in the container, right? So it's gonna be a fit regardless, I would assume. Could be wrong, but you know, everyone's a little different. Today's hydration's a little different. We're going with the ice cap. Because it's Friday. Oh. Kayla has 2 more official days of school, then it's exams, but she only has to go in for 1 exam, but it's not really an exam. She just has to dance. So she's technically done school on Tuesday, besides the 1 day that she'll have to go in for like an hour. So that's pretty exciting. Nova, unfortunately, has another 2 weeks, so I'll eventually get to sleep in. Right? The funny thing is, they did the very first one was a group dance, and I thought she was crying. I looked at my husband and I said, oh my God, she's having a panic attack on stage right now. The dance hasn't even started. But I guess she didn't, because she danced it and did good. Then, for some reason, we were watching all these dancers perform, because when you're in grade 11 and 12, you have to do solo dances as your mark. And I saw her in the backstage, so I was like, oh, I guess she's coming on next for her solo. And all of a sudden, the fire drills went off at the school. So we all had to evacuate. We all had to go outside. We all had to wait till the fire trucks got there, and then wait for them to let us back in, and then we got back in and she got to do her show. Oh no, anyone can nail it. You're sick? That's not good. Hopefully it's just like a quick thing, not something too bad. If you hear me sniffling today, sorry, everyone's cutting their grass again, and of course my nose is on fire. Hopefully it'll pass well. I'm sure it will pass, but hopefully it doesn't linger long. If a cold never passes, then we all got problems. I'm not gonna lie. After COVID, you're like, you expect all the unexpected stuff. And the other reason I decided not to do Doctor Who, literally, I was struggling for 10 minutes before the stream trying to get the plastic off. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go down to the basement to find the shields right now. So I was like, whatever, I won't do Doctor Who today. We'll work on these sets for the vendor event. Which I'm excited and I'm nervous. And Painted Polish today sent me someone else to look at that does vendor events, their Instagram, and that was really kind of her, which sent me down a rabbit hole of looking at stuff. And that girl did a lot of 20 sets for the vendor events, so I was like, I guess I have to give in to the 20 sets. But obviously they're not going to be characters, because, like, come on. You don't want to end up with the same character on a nail or something like that, so, like, characters are more for, like, a custom set. But I'm going to go to Michael's this weekend and try to get the earring attachments so we can maybe make some character earrings to display. Who knows? Maybe we'll sell one or two. Maybe we won't. Who knows? I vomited 3 times a day and it's still like, oh my goodness. That's the one I can't handle. Ask my husband. I always complain whenever I feel like vomiting. Like, I had that last week. And I was like, babe, I'm going to vomit. And I'm lying in bed and I'm like, oh my God, I just need to go to sleep because if not, I'm going to vomit. Because for some reason, I can't hear, see, or smell vomit without absolutely dying. And then, like, I'm busted for 24 hours. So, I feel so bad for you, Sandy. Sandy, anyone can nail it, I mean. So, hopefully, it passes quickly. Just remember to stay hydrated, because I always hydrate, but, you're vomiting, so you never can tell. Well, my son got so bad when he was like 3 with it that I ended up having to take him to the hospital because he couldn't even keep down water. It'd go in his mouth and come right back out. So they ended up having to inject him with some kind of needle. So hopefully. Ray went live at Yeah, I was in school. We just actually got it was just, I think it was just before the fire drill went off. I saw him go live and I was like, oh, I want to check it out, but I didn't bring my headset. Plus, I didn't want to miss Michaela's performance and being able to record it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to miss it. But I did see a couple pictures on Instagram about it. But I was kind of sad I missed it. Oh, I don't even care if Michael's is too expensive. I'm just gonna get them because if I order on Temu, I don't. I ordered off of Amazon because Amazon's always been good to me. But then that Velcro thing happened. I was just like, you know what? Because I just need it fast to do it. I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna go to Michael's. If it ends up being a seller and I end up making a lot of them, then I'll source a cheaper method. With vomiting, you should also try, anyone can nail it, you should try applesauce, bananas, bread, the BART diet, as they call it. Banana, applesauce, toast, rice, that's it. I was like, what is the other one? I can't even remember it. Yeah, sucking on ice sometimes works too. Oh, I'll have to check that out. I've never seen them in my Walmart. have to check it out. But no, I decided to this weekend. There's nothing planned, I think, on the schedule, but sometimes, you fly by the seats of your pants. That I might try and might take the hour drive and go to some nail supply stores and see what happens. But yeah, no. We all just keep trying things. Now, I haven't. This is the thing. You guys are trying to see raw me and what happens when I decide to try and do sets. Because I am just literally, I have nothing planned. Because I was just Instagramming. You all know the Instagram rabbit hole. But I've taken out a bunch of stuff to play with to see what I want to do for sets. But I got some plates here, just in case I want to do a quick design of something. And then I have everything out and about, so we'll see. Yeah, that's what my husband said too. He's like, do cat eyes. And I was like, yeah, I guess I should do some of those. I also want to do I got to do some of the ones that Kayla has stolen because, I just realized I don't have my flame one. Ooh, have you gotten to play with them yet? Yes, cat eyes and French. Yeah, everyone likes the French, but this is the thing. As you know by watching my streams and seeing my Instagram for all my lovely nail people that help and support me, I have issues doing plain. Even my husband's like, just bang out a bunch of plain 20 sets, please, for the vendor event. I'm like, yeah, I will. But I'm like, what? No, I don't have any plates yet, but I bought a few off of Amazon. They still haven't shipped yet. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully you don't have the problem that I have with this plate. This plate, I think, took, what was I waiting, 6 weeks? But it was well worth it. It was well worth it. So you're going to see all these crazy things happen this stream, see what we do. Who knows? I'm just kind of like happy it's Friday, because the week has been an adventure, to say the least. Well, you know what? We didn't finish Chrome 4, which the funny thing is I'm going to probably go look at the sizes on the other Chrome ones I did and make those into 20 sets. So maybe we'll just do a black Chrome for to start while I try to think of what kind of maybe stamping plate one I want to do. Maybe that's what we'll do. Yes, there is such thing as stamping polish. I use this brand just because I can get it. It's Queen. So much better. Maybe we'll do a stamping one so you can see, like, oh my gosh, like, the difference. It's so much, like, I was just trying it with gel and I was like, stamping plates are garbage. My husband was like, just do stamping plates. You'll make nice nails. You can bang them out quicker than your freehand art, but I kind of like the freehand art. And I tried many times, and I did not like it. You know what? Actually, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a stamping cow one, I think. Because I don't have one of those to display. Maybe we'll do the cow print one. So, what we're going to need is the white background. I think I can bang this one out pretty. I really like the Canada Day ones with the maple leaf. Oh, I know. I'm going to put those on for Canada Day. I still have to take a picture of them. But, yeah, they turned out pretty bomb. But I won't need those for the vendor event because the vendor event is in July, so it'll be after Canada Day. I'm still going to bring my Halloween and Christmas ones just to show people ideas, but I want to have more summer ones that they might want to get. But we'll see. We'll see what we come up with. So has anyone got some crazy plans now that like farmers markets and all those lovely events are now opening up? Well, I don't know. Some people in the States, you live in like nice warm weather, so I know there's really never a stop for you guys. But for us, the vendor markets are opening. The farmers markets. I'm still waiting for corn, but obviously they just planted, so it takes a little bit of time. But I can't wait for my corn farm that's 5 minutes from me to open up. They usually have different kinds of corn too. I usually go for the sweet corn or the peaches and cream corn. I love corn, especially when you put it on the barbecue. Yard work. Yeah, my son was playing his VR set with one of his friends that are, I guess, somewhere in the States, and he's like, I gotta go, tornado warning. I was like, what? It's like, gee whiz, it's already coming in full kilter again. Like, mind you, I know that some people in the States have had some crazy weather this year, even in the winter. But the funny thing is, because it got hot so fast, I thought, okay, for sure this summer is going to be a hot one. Well, it teased us because now we're only getting like 20 degrees Celsius, and it's chilly. Like, I have my AC on because I don't like switching back and forth between AC and the heater. But the thing is, now at nighttime sometimes I wake up and it's like 23 degrees in the house and it's freezing. And for some people, yes, I know that might be warm to you, but I was born in a snowstorm. I do better with cold than I do with heat, but at the same time, I don't like to freeze. And my friend's moving away. Today she does her last client before they pack up everything. And I was like, well, it's bittersweet and exciting all at the same time because, it's bittersweet because it's her last client and then she's moving all the way out to Alberta. So, she's got to relaunch her whole business. At least, yes, she already has, her portfolio done, but it's always scary starting over. And even scarier when you're starting over in a place where you don't know anybody. Yes, J-Rob, exactly. I usually keep my house set at 25. Winter and summer. I like to keep it a consistent thing, but many people that come to my house are like, oh, your house is too hot, oh, your house is too cold. Well, you know what? You don't pay for my electricity, you do not pay for my gas. I really don't care what you think. And that's I teach the kids, we gotta stop caring so much about what other people think. Do you. As long as you're not harming anybody else, do you. That's like Kayla's her show last night. Like, I know it's because I battled with my own. She's battling with her own, and like seeing the passion she put into that dance, like it hit me, and it hit me hard. Are you in Ontario? Yes, I am. I am in Ontario. I am technically classified in Georgina, Ontario. It's a small community. Well, I don't know. They're developing. We're getting bigger. Might end up having to move more north eventually. But who knows? It's pretty much at the end of the 404. If you're an Ontario person, you know the highways. They're the 400 series. I don't like how this one's kind of lame. It's before Barrie. Barrie's an hour north of me. Which I'll be doing my vendor event in Mount Albert. Or is it Mount Forest? I can't even remember. I have to look it up again. But it's only like a 20-minute drive, so I think it's Mount Forest? I don't know. But I think it'll be a fun, exciting thing. Anyway, stream's trying to copy. I don't know, it's looking kind of... Things looking kind of like, for me, it could be mine. According to Google, you're roughly 3 hours drive from me. Oh, then that's a little bit of a drive. I don't like doing white usually because I can see all my flaws in my painting abilities. But it's all good, right? Hopefully I can just bring it all together, you know, trust the process. That's what we have to do as nail people. Is trust the process. But I got my work cut out for me because that event is on the 22nd, so I have to have everything done. I'm still going to, because they said if it rains, it's going to be indoors, so I'm just going to bring my nail stuff just in case I can maybe get a chance to do some while there, you know? My husband's like, why don't you make some sets for people while they're there? I'm like, because sets still take a little while. I can't just bang it out in 5 minutes. Like, come on, I'm not that fast. Like, thanks for giving me credit, but like... Yeah, I'm gonna buy that blooming gel still. I haven't been able to play with that one yet. Well, mind you, I just ended up getting cat eyes and... What was the other one I just got? Chrome, yeah. So I'm a little behind. I'm behind everybody. But that's what I say. We gotta stop judging ourselves against other people and just do our own thing. And we'll be as good as we want to. The more you practice, the better you get. And some days it just doesn't work out the way you planned it to. And that's okay. like, I don't know how the stream's gonna go today because, like I said, normally I like to plan things. I have routines and plans. But today is just doing whatever we can. That is true. If you try current, you'll be broke. 0 private nail techs in my own community. Yeah, it's hard to find people. Like, I find as you get older too, like, my kids are all about friends, friends, friends. It's nice to have friends. That's why I kind of like the online community. But like, one of my closest in person friends, she's moving to Alberta now, and yeah, she does nails at a salon, like gels, only gel. She only does gel, but now we'll have a time difference between us to chit chat. But that's the thing. As you get older, you have less and less time to chill and hang out. You're always grinding something. This summer, my grind is trying to get into as many vendor events as possible to get my name out there. Because if I don't put in the work, I'm never gonna get the money back that I put into all these products. My nail tech is very talented. Oh, originally from the GTA, and then what? She moved out near you. There's a couple of mobile nail techs now in my area. It seems there's a few people that are going to school for nails, and they're offering just do like basic gel over your natural nail for like $20. And I see them on my community postings all the time. All the time. But that's the thing, you just always have to be grinding. As my son says sometimes, Mom, is all you do look at nails? Well, that's my craft right now. When I was doing daycare, I was always looking at the next toys, the next lessons, all that stuff. Now it's a little different. But that's okay. Life, sometimes you take new adventures. I still haven't heard back from Carnival Cruises line. There's a gel salon in town. She only wants, what's a luminary system tech? I started looking up hair salons. I'm making a list of ones to approach and adding nail dust. That's a good idea, J-Rob. Knock it out. That's the thing. Like, don't even be discouraged by like the 500 that tell you no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like the way this white is sitting on this nail, but I'm still gonna trust the process and go with it. Whatever it may be. Maybe I know those kids are having a hard time spending free time. Most kids enjoy having and spending time with their peers. Unfortunately, I never had that. Yeah, it happens. Me, I was in a small town where I grew up, hanging out with friends that I like was cousins and friends all the time. But then we had to move because that's what happens in life. You have to move. And I moved in grade 5 and had to start over and make all new friends. And I'm only in touch with a couple of them, but like literally we talk maybe quick message on Facebook or text once every blue moon, I guess you'd say. But it's kind of what happens as you get older. Oh. It's like a builder bottle, a complete system with one brand. I want to use my... Oh, so they have their own brand company that they use, and they won't let you use your own. Yeah, that's the thing that I hate about some of those things. Like, you know, some people want to control absolutely everything, and it's like, just let me be me. That's why, like, I rather open my own than anything else, I guess you'd say. Okay, we're going for it. Actually, no, we're not, because stamping, well, being nailed to the computer is not a bad thing. It's just like when people back in the day used to say video games are bad for kids. Well, you know, most of the kids that I know that growing up, well, not growing up, but like even like other people's kids, gaming kind of helped them read, learn how to do things. Like, you can, well, you know what, I'm going to take my ring off because I hate wearing gloves with my rings. But yes, I put gloves on when I'm doing stamping just because I end up getting stamping polish absolutely everywhere. But that's just me. Yeah, I know my kids really crave the attention of like having friends and stuff, but like I tell them, you'll understand as you get older that anyone that comes with drama, you really don't want to be around. You want to try and surround yourself by positive, uplifting people, because drama just creates more drama. And like I always tell them, you know, misery loves company. It loves company. And don't give it the company. So as you see, pretty decent pickup. Oh, maybe the white underneath is better, yeah. I've been on call, but I've been reading the chat. Well, Sandy, as long as we're not stopping you from doing work. Oh, so you guys had a major storm this morning? I wonder if that's where my son's friend was living, because like I said, he's like, I gotta go, tornado warning. I was like, what? And we have a cute little cow. A cute little cow. The funny thing is, I've never been like close to a tornado. I've seen one, like a small one, but like I've never been close. But lately, they're getting closer and closer. Oh, putting this lid on my acetone. What a brilliant idea. But we've had like, I'm glad we've had some rain. Like, it hasn't been like downpouring or anything, but we've been having rain. So I think all the fires are pretty much gone. I haven't been watching the news because I've been, you know, binging Twitch and TV shows and all this fun stuff that you do as a adult. Do I like this pickup? Not so much. Try again. At first you don't succeed, try again. Oh my goodness, everyone's... Wow. Sorry to hear that, Sandy. That's the thing, though. It comes... It's hard because, like, I made friends with my son's... Oh, there's a hair on this. My son's thing, and my son was, I think, in grade 2 at the time. And I ended up having to go to my son's best friend's dad's funeral. I think he was 37 when he died. I just had met them like maybe 6 months. Like we had plans to go ice fishing in the winter and all this stuff, and then bam. Life decided, nope. Not today. Ugh, I don't like that one ear's missing. Okay, try again. It's okay. It's because... Oh my goodness! Like that's a crazy storm. Like my one of the guys I played New World with them in my group. Last year we were in the middle of like doing like dungeons and quests or whatever, and he was also live streaming because he was a streamer, and he's like, "Guys, I gotta go," and then no one heard from him for a while, and we were all like, "What's going on?" Like, you know. Then he came on Discord for a few minutes while and he's like, "I'm just coming on because like, I want to let everybody know I might not be on for a while." He's like, we got a tornado here. He's like, we all have to go to our basements. And I was like, whoa. Like, that's scary. The whole neighborhood he was in, like, was all like, they were without internet for, I think it was a week almost. And I was like, my goodness, these things are scary. Yes, we're all pretty much supportive. Where's your son's friend at, Alice? What do you mean, where's my son's friend at? The one that his dad died? They're still friends. They still hang out. But mind you, they're like, this happened 4 years ago now. They still hang out. The other one that we was playing with yesterday is not here. I think my husband and son actually just left the house. Tornado, I thought that was his friend. No, his friend's dad died. It wasn't a tornado. He actually died of just natural causes, but because he was a fire. He worked with like fire damage. Like he was the one that went into after the fire and like removed all like the damaged things. So like if a house fire or anything, he was always dealing with like the soot and the smoke. And I guess over time it kind of like took a toll on him. Oh, hello, H-Town. Welcome in. Oh, I thought I was losing things. But no. Oh my goodness. Today is just not my day, is it? But that's okay. We're just here being positive people. Hey, Alice. Hey to all that are here. Yes. Hello. Happy Friday. Friday. It's the weekend. Oh, yeah. Wait. Sorry, H-Town. Maybe your weekends are not as fun as ours. We're done the work week. You started the massive grind. Sorry. Keep forgetting that some people have to work on weekends hardcore times. Mind you, soon I will be working on weekends doing the vendor events, so I'll have to be working my butt off during the week and on weekends, but, you know, you don't get nowhere unless you keep practicing. So you just have to keep your nose to the grindstone. The funny thing is I'm extra shaky today. Maybe I shouldn't have been eating caffeine, but oops. Oh, for anyone that is on here and follows Ramon, I haven't gone on Discord because like I put on Kayla's little thing, but I haven't really been on Discord per se. I forget what is the movie tonight. Be right back warming up my lunch. I hope it's something yummy. Hope you're not working too hard today, Sandy. You know, it's Friday. You're supposed to be winding down. You can tell I use this one for doing my Chrome Forest set. Okay, move that one back. Take out the next one. Usually pretty busy, but it means that time flies. Well, yeah, that's always good, but this is the first 5. I think we got pretty good. Maybe all I can think of when I see this is Got Milk. Got Milk commercials. I think I'm gonna have to buy some more black stamping polish. Can't be at the end already. Yeah, busy is always better than like doing nothing and staring at the clock. Because anytime I have to stare at the clock, it reminds me too much of like being in school and waiting for that bell to ring, just so you could get out of there. It's funny because everyone always told me, "Oh, don't rush to high school because you're gonna wish you were there." Well, after I was done, I ended up telling the same thing to my kids. Yeah, you want to be done so fast, but wait till you are done. Then you're gonna wish you could do high school again because you know you can do a better job the second time around than you did the first. B, you know, you've grown up. You have a better mindset. Lily's home with KFC lurking for a few. Yummy KFC. Every once in a while, I gotta get some KFC. Even though I'm not the fan of the chicken, because it's usually a little too greasy for my taste. But Mary Brown's is too salty for my taste. And I do prefer homemade meals. Which actually, speaking of homemade meals, you know what I did today? Got caught up in doing nails that I didn't even take out anything to make for supper tonight. Oops, might just have to throw some wieners on the barbecue. It's okay. We all do that, right? High school was for next year of my life, but people tell me that I had gone to college and university, it would have been even better. Well, a lot of people say like, oh, college years are the ones that make you. Well, I was supposed to go to college to get my ECE to do daycare, but I got accepted because you have to apply in February, right? Here, I don't know about the states or what their things are, but I had to apply in February. I got accepted. I didn't pay the tuition because like you don't have to pay till like the summer months, but I ended up pregnant. And I looked into it, like I went to all their stuff and did all this stuff. But I'd have to they had an on-campus daycare, but it's just I knew I couldn't afford it. I was like, nope, I'm just going to stay at home. But then I just found an online school to do it. You know what? I know this white paper is going to be black underneath it after this, but oh well. You know what? I think I need a new cotton. New cotton ball. Best not next. Yeah. I thought it was all stupid because, like, I didn't care. I was like, I'm done. But I quit school in grade 12. Hung out with my boyfriend, who is currently my husband. And then I was like, I only need 6 credits to graduate. I'm going back next year and just finishing this up because, like, it's stupid to have to go to get a GED or anything like that. So I'm like, I'm just going to go back and do high school. So I went back to finish it. And that year, because I guess, had that year of taking it off and realized, like, how dumb I was being, I just decided I don't need friends. I don't need anything like that. I just need to put my nose to the grindstone and complete. And that's what I did. And that year, every year I struggle getting 50s and 60s. But for some reason, that last year I graduated with a 96 average. And I was like, shit, why didn't I apply myself earlier in life? But that's the thing. When you're a teenager, you're young and dumb. Not saying all teenagers are young and dumb, but, most of us that are adults now, we realize that, some things our parents said were actually right, even though we don't want to still admit to them to this day. We understand what they were saying now. And the funny thing is, I had this conversation with Kayla just the other day. I was like, listen, I know I sound crazy because, hello, my parents sound crazy to me. I get it. But I'm just telling you, you got only one more year to go. You got this, and, just do your best. Because she's a little upset because last year she made honor roll, and this year, with all her anxiety and depression, she's just passing the course by the skin of her teeth. But like I told her, like, this year, you went through something. Like, right now, at least we know, that she has also ADHD. So now once we get her on those meds and see if those meds help, next year she could be firing on all cylinders. But like I told her, at least we're putting the effort in to get her the help. At least she's not like her dad. Her dad is, almost 40. And he just got diagnosed with ADHD. So, like, we've always known he's had it. But, trying to get the whole professional diagnosis takes a little bit of time. That, you just kind of have to go with the flow of things. But now, I knew I went through that. Now we can start at least putting everything back in track for everyone. Well, I hope at this vendor market there's going to be some milk loving or cow people. Which, the funny thing is, I ripped up my plastic because I'm a noob. Diddly doob. That now. And I didn't want to go downstairs to get plastic, so please tell me I have something here that I can use. Well, actually, I know I probably do. But why all of a sudden is my bladder wanting to full up? Oh, just one of those days, feeling like a fridge. You know what? Just because I can. Don't do what I do. Like you tell the kids, don't do what I do. Just do what I say, not what I do. That's the thing. Gee whiz. But I'm too lazy to look for anything right now. Like I told you, you're seeing raw stream today. Raw stream of my confusion. But it's all good. My husband's going to be mad. Not that he's going to be mad, but he's going to be looking at me going, babe, thought you were going to do some plain sets. Yeah, but who wants to see me really sit here and just put colors on things? The art's more fun. Or at least this is more fun to me. Oh my goodness, I'm extra shaky today. Maybe I shouldn't have had an ice cap. Thank God I didn't get it with an espresso though. Back and frozen chicken bowl with rice and beans. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Oh my goodness. See, look at mine making a mess. It's okay. The randomness is going to help. This cow has weird spots. It's okay. It's all okay. That's so cute. Thank you. Like I said, for some reason, I can't just be random. But at least cow spots can be random, right? But for some reason, I'm a little shaky today. Maybe I'm still kind of going off of the emotion from Kayla's performance. Because I'm telling you, like near the end, oh my god, my feels were so there. And, like, I was a bit mean and maybe nastier than I like to admit, but I was like, if nobody can understand this dance, then they don't have a heart. I know it could have been biased because, you know, it's my daughter's dance, but she hit me good. Which I think that's why she didn't want to tell me A, what song she was doing, B, even let me see her practice dancing. She'd keep her room closed, and if I walked in, she'd like jump start. She's like, Mom, you can't see it until my performance. And then as soon as they said, oh, her name and what song she was doing, I was like, oh my god. I was like, of course, she's using my music. Had a different experience, yeah. I totally get that. Like, but they always say like college life is when you discover yourself, and like, true, maybe I would have had a different experience and like grew up differently. But I also feel like everybody's on their own personal journey, and you get there however you get there. But for me, it was like having my daughter made me see the world through a different eyes, because you want to be there for them and make things better than they were for you. That's why I still went to online college while being a mom. Being a stay-at-home mom and doing online college. That's why I always say, like, when people are like, oh, I don't work, I'm blah blah blah. Dude, being a mom is like superhero powers. Like, the things you have to do, like, you're the maid, the cook, the cleaner, you're the doctor, like, don't discredit yourself. Like, you guys do a lot of work. But yes, I was one of those moms that wanted to work too. But with doing daycare, it turned out that doing the work at starting my own daycare was better than working in a daycare setting, because the daycare setting, they were only going to give me like 36% off, and then the money I would make, I'd literally just be paying them back to put her in daycare. So I was like, yep, nope, not worth it. So then I just did my online stuff and, started babysitting until I got the ECE course done. Oh, and now I'm hitting the lamp again. We'll catch up later. We gotta make lunch. See you all tonight on Ramones if I don't see you back here till then. No worries, H-Town. See you tonight if we don't see you here. Have a fun evening. Enjoy your Friday night. I know. I like Friday night movie nights on Ramon's channel because it's relaxing. Even though sometimes I have to like try and find the movie elsewhere because, for some reason, Canada can't do that with the U.S. But it's all good. What movies are we playing tonight? That's the thing. I don't even remember because I didn't look at the thing this morning. I was too busy looking at Instagram. The Instagram rabbit hole of nails. And I go and hit the camera again. Jeepers creepers. Today is just not the camera day. That was like last night, her performance thing. I didn't get home till 10 o'clock because of that fire drill. Like we would have been home probably like by 9, but because of the fire drill, we were in there for a hot time. But the funny thing is, there was 2 girls there. Kayla was one, and the other girl did her song about this anxiety thing. So it was nice to see, like, these young people putting the awareness out there, you know, in their dance performance. You don't really see that all the time. So I thought that was pretty cool. Why did they do a fire drill at night? That's the thing. We don't know what happened. They had a practice one earlier that night, I guess, because like they were upgrading their systems or something. So like during the art, like the school started at 6 for the parents to come, but I didn't have to go for 6. Sorry, just hydrating. They were, so during the art part, which I didn't have to go to art part, that was 6 till 7, first hour. They had a practice one there, but they already knew it was going to be practice, so they didn't kick the parents out. But I guess maybe somehow it didn't, like, so it wasn't supposed to go off. It was not planned to go off. It just happened. So we all had to evacuate till the fire department got there. But we were outside probably an hour-ish, I think. True Lies and Blazing Saddles. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't been able to go on there yet. Maybe after my stream. I'm liking this little cow one, though. I think it's pretty cute. I know it's not for everybody. The cows are not for everybody. But I am enjoying doing the set. And this is going to be a 20 set, so who knows? Maybe we'll sell it at the vendor event. Because, you know, yes, I can do plain nails, but I want to have some cool ones too. Because I'm all about the cool. They're adorable. My bestie's daughter loves cows. She would love those. Right? Every time I think about it, I think I'm like ice cream or got milk, you know? Like dairy. They scream dairy. Hey, you could get them to a lactose intolerant person and they wouldn't have to deal with the lactose intolerance. I know, bad dad joke. I get it. My kids always tell me I have bad dad jokes. But it's okay. We're just having fun. Okay. I don't know what numbers these are, but hopefully I haven't messed them up too much. I just had to make some room in the lamp. I used to have, when I had my daughter, I used to have the got milk bibs for her. I always thought they were hilarious. Because, you know, babies thrive off of milk. I kind of want to put a little thing here. I just feel like it needs something there. I just wish I wasn't having a shaky day. My goodness. But you know, we all have our days. My lunch is over. I'll still be here in between calls. No worries. Hopefully your work is doing good today. What, do you like my cows? This one's going to be a 20 set of cows. No, I'll do that next week. I'm kind of glad I decided not to do Doctor Who today because my hands are shaking like leaves today. But it's all good. We're still accomplishing getting it done. So I guess it's okay to be shaky when you're making cow spots anyways, because they never really look like anything anyways. They're just a bunch of randomness. Okay. Ooh, as I drop everything, right? Like I said, don't do what I do. Oh. But I think this is definitely a cute little set. Oh. But I guess we'll see how much it would be cute if it had an accent nail with like a red and black plaid. That would be. Maybe we'll do a set like that too. That's the one thing I do like about press-ons though. See, is I could buy this set and I could buy another set and then I could mix and match things. And it always keeps them fresh. Like last night I was going to put on the forest ones because as you can see, the grow out for 2 weeks, because this one has not come off in 2 weeks. The grow out is pretty getting there. So I was like, oh, I got to put on the next one. But the thing is, at least rebalancing this is a lot easier. Mix and match, yeah. Like, I like mix and matching things. It's fun. It's fun to be different. Who wants to be the same, right? Not I. I like being different. Hence why I had 3 of these nails and 2 of the nails different for one of those pictures. I actually rocked it like that for like a few days. And then I decided, okay, I'll go into the next one. Now we'll just shave off some of it. Those turned out super cute. Yeah, I'm liking them. But that's the thing. Top coat I always feels where you make or break it. Like, you could think they look like trash, but sometimes you put top coat on and like it just changes the whole perspective of it. And then sometimes you put on the top coat and then you see all the flaws that you didn't see and you're like, oh my goodness, scrap this one, redo. But I do like them. I might just have to make myself a cow set after this. For when I go to the farmer's market. I might just have to. The funny thing is, I would never think I'd like cows like this. But for some reason, this set is calling me. But yeah, the first 20 set will be the cow print. Why? Because for some reason I did not go basic yet again. I'm gonna have to do some basic ones though, just solid colors. But I know there's a lot of people that prefer solid colors, but for me it's like, if I'm gonna wear nails, I want them to be like a statement piece, you know? Like, not I would have just gotten regular nail polish and painted my nails. I feel like I have to put on a statement. Like, I'm not a makeup wearer. Nails is where I bring myself together. Now I want to see puppies with paw prints. Right? I don't have a puppy stamper one yet. I have a cat one. I don't have a puppy one though. But I know a lot of people like animal prints, so I was like, maybe we should do one. And then I remembered I had the cow stamper. That's the thing, is once I did the animals in the forest one, then I wanted to do a camel one for hunting season. Because like I said, my grandfather's gonna be 86 and he's going moose hunting this year because he got his license for it. So maybe I'll rock some moose hunting style nails for the hunting season. So 20 nail set. And the other one's plain. No, I was thinking about doing all 20 with cows. Well, this set anyways. Or just some spots. Well, unfortunately, this is size 1, 2, 3, 4. So then the cows would be at the beginning, and then I gotta figure out how to do that. But I'm just doing an all cow set for this set. And then maybe we'll do some black and white with some cows in it. In the next set, show that you can variate the sets for display. But for this all 21, I just want to make them all cows. So that way anyone that really likes cows can have cows on all of their nails. But they'll also be an all plain set of white and all plain set of black. So, you know, yes, it's 3 sets, but if somebody wanted to buy all 3 sets, they could mix and match and do whatever they want. That's one of the fun parts, I guess you'd say, about the nails. I'm just going to put them in one of my sizing kits for now because I need somewhere to store the nails so I don't lose them till after stream. But we'll be working on some 20 sets. And by looking at this, by putting them upside down, I didn't get much spillage on the inside with my black, so that's always good. That's a good sign. But you never know. There might be some dairy farmer there that was like, I want these nails. Ah, stop sticking to me. You know how many, you want to know how well these adhesive tabs work? You know how many of these I've broken? This is why I kind of have, I have my one set on the Doctor Who, and then I have this set that I'm doing the 20 piece by piece. Because the adhesive tabs are so strong that I've cracked them all right here at the connection piece. Oops. Now we'll do the other 20. The other 10. Yeah, 10. I was like, the other 20. No, this is only a 20 set. This will be interesting how much of a cow I can fit on the pinky. But we're going to try. Because, you know, this is the point of the stream, is to get messy. See where the cow stops fitting. 6 and 6, yep. That's the thing, is sometimes I even have to read the nails to make sure, because in the containers they start to like accidentally drop into the wrong one. I just bought a big pack of Loctites to hold my tips on. I don't like it as well, but it did the nails with, as I did with the nails with stickers. Yeah, the only reason I like these, like before I used to use the sticky tack, but I like these because I don't have to worry about the nail popping off as much. I find with sticky tack, all it ever does is pop off and pop off. So I like these, even though like sometimes they get stuck to the nail and I have to put a new one down. I don't get to reuse them as much. And it seems like, you know, a waste in a sense, but I don't even care. Just the fact that I can paint them and they're on there. If that makes sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking in circles, like, I'm just saying the same thing in a different direction. The funny thing is, these little tiny 9s is what, like, I don't know about this size. I haven't sized her for this one because she wears the mediums like I do. But she has a 9 on her pinkies and these ones. And, like, these 9s are so tiny. Like, I feel like they'd almost fit a baby. We speak the same language. Well, I'm glad we speak the same language. Because sometimes I think I only speak for myself, you know, and no one really gets me. But when you're doing this, to take off the tip parts, I always find going up and down and then sideways helps to keep it so you don't ruin the shape too much. funny thing is the amount of files and buffers I go through doing press-on nails. I'm sure if I was in a salon doing nails, I'd go through the same amount. But I think that's because plastic is a lot harder than your actual, like, what is it called? Keratin or whatever your nails are made out of. But sometimes I can't even get through 20 nails with one buffer. Sometimes I think that's quite ridiculous. Oh, you know what? That's the other thing. As they get, tip for you guys, is as they get smaller, if you need to buff something, you might have to bring it out to the edge first, so you can actually still file. But at least this is the one thing I like about small nails. If you put it on here and then file like this, you can always move it back after, but it's so much easier than trying to hold on when you're buffing to that tiny nail. Because I don't know if any of you practice with press-ons that are in like the nail world of gels and acrylics, but when they're so tiny, trying to hold them between your fingers, even though I have to pop off my nails sometimes to do it, they just get in the way because they're so tiny. There's like nothing to hold. So what I've learned is, which I don't know why I didn't set them up that way. You know, even though I do it, I still forget sometimes. Just always go back, hang it off. Well, when you hang it off, try to at least make sure it's straight still, so that way you don't make your filing all wonky. But don't leave it like this when you go to paint the tip, because if not, you'll end up painting over here, because, you know, especially when they're clear and you can't see them, and then you'll have a bunch to file off after you're done. And the whole point is to not file as much. This is why we do the filing in the beginning, just like with real nails. You don't want to have to repeat a step that you don't need to. So that is my tip for you guys today. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to answer. If I don't know the answer to them, somebody in the community might. We're all here just trying to help each other grow and be the best versions of ourselves doing what we love. There's no secrets here. No, this one's still good. I was going to say I put this one too far into file, but nope, that one's still good. But hopefully that tip will help somebody that is doing those small nails and realize, oh wait, okay, this is not as bad. Because honestly, I hate filing short nails. Like, my fingers are short and stubby. So like holding that little nail and then trying to file, I have to rip off my own nails. But then I don't want to break my fragile real nail. So I just found out that this works for me, so that's what I do. So if you're struggling, hopefully that's a tip that helps you. But at the same time, everybody does it differently, so hey, whatever works for you works for you. Do you. I have an individual tip stand, and the part you put the sticker on the tab is so much more narrower, so those nails still fit, so it's much better. Ah, okay, yeah, I saw some of them. I might eventually get some new stands, but so far I haven't, which I'm already looking at this, and I don't like the way this nails look in here. I just have to double check, because no, it's strong, okay, because you know. No, okay, it's just an indentation. Okay. Yeah, I might have to get new ones eventually, but I just like this stand, so, because I like the fact that I can, especially when I'm doing nail art, that I can hold them. But I have been looking into other stands. Thought about getting one like this that has the diamond on the bottom for a bigger hold, but then I'm like, maybe that's too big. I use the kind you have for the rest of the nails. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of people using different stands. That's why, like, with everything, I always say, do, like, just because someone tells you to do something, you can try it. Hey, you should always try new things because you never know. You might find something that works better for you. But everybody does their stuff differently. Just like, same with nail art. Everybody's nail art is a little different. Even though it might look the same, it's the way they get to that achievement might be different. Okay. Alright, just the pinkies go on the other stand. Those diamonds ones are cute, but I need function, right? Sometimes, like, I get it. Companies want us to spend our money, right? So they make these things where you're like, ooh, I want to buy it. It's so cute. But the functionality sometimes is just not there. Well, these magnets were pretty... Well, this one I like because the magnet's actually hidden underneath the thing. But I have some with just the... Of course, I don't have one on the stand because I don't like using them. Ugh. Oh, wait, this one is it. Nope. None on this stand. Oops. But the ones with the little dots on it, I've lost so many of those magnets out of it. And then my nails are sliding all over the place. But that's why I never really paint on the stand. It's just usually used for holding so I can remember the size of them. But I've lost some of the magnets out of here. I've lost some of the magnets out of the bottom of these. That's why when I found these that have, like, it sealed in, I was like, oh, I like these better. Okay. But no, I like the fact that I can individually hold these ones. That's why I like them, I think, the most. But when you're using the adhesive tabs on them, be careful taking your nails off, because I will tell you, they will snap because this part is so weak. It is so weak. Not today, no. I made cows. Ooh. For the vendor event, I'm making 20 nails.
Yeah. The cows are my worst nightmare.
Yeah, I know. Because I made you do cows on my nails. But at that time, we weren't using the real stamping polish. So, yes, gel polish sucked. Okay, put that in.
Oh my god, we actually did it.
Yeah, he bought a lottery ticket today. Hopefully we win. Hopefully we'll be millionaires.
You know why he did that?
Yes, he told me. But right now I'm streaming. We're not talking about that.
Sorry, what about
Oh. Funny thing is, I've had to pee for the last half an hour, and I'm like, oh no, it's okay. I'll hold it till after stream. But I think I might have to get in and put a be right back. Which I never drink before the stream because that's so I don't have to pee. But today, it's coming in full tilt. It's probably because I'm drinking the ice cap. Let's be real. It's because I'm drinking the ice cap today. So once I put these in, this other half in, I'll do a quick be right back so I can go tinkle. I shouldn't be telling my business to everybody, but whatever. We all do it. It's a human thing that we all do. So I'll put the be right back on for you guys, and I will be back in like 5 minutes. Sorry about this. Okay, sorry about that, guys. You know, sometimes you just gotta go. I just told my husband, I'm like, sorry, I had to go. I'm like, just learned a new lesson today. No ice caps while streaming. And then, of course, not to disclose this, and it might be TMI for everybody, but you know, when you're busy doing something like streaming, and then you really have to go pee because now you're not going to be able to do nails because, you know, we all know how that works. But you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Hi there. Hello, Ramon Works. Welcome in. And H-Town, welcome back. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. Sorry, we had a tinkle break. As I tell you, I'm always going to be truthful and honest, so if it's too much for you, sorry, but I will always be truthful and honest. And, you know, everybody tinkles. If you tell me you don't tinkle, well then I think you need to go see your doctor. Thank you, J-Rob, for doing the shout out. Remember, guys, if you're new to it, or watching the video, on Friday nights, Ramon Works does movie night watch parties. So if you like watching movies with your online friends, it's a good place to go. I usually am there. Unless something comes up, I'm usually there. For those of you just joining, yes, we're still doing Doctor Who. It's still on the back burner, but I took the plunge into doing a vendor event, so I have to get some nails done for this event. And most of my sets are 10, but if people want to buy them there without sizing kits, I need to have some 20s done. So we're going to be using the stream for a little bit, doing 20 sets, but I'm going to probably do at least one Doctor Who every week with this, probably. Unless I really want my Doctor Who set that bad. Ray needs to say blame it on butter. What happened with the butter? What did I miss? Sorry, I had to support my child. Missed the stream last night, which I'm kind of upset with the fact that I missed it. Like, it's not my daughter's fault. I loved her performance. It was great. But it would have been nice to kind of see that OWC dinner. But it's okay. You know, just like I tell everybody else that misses my stream. Real life comes first. Always, people, put your families first. Because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Is your family. I'm not saying, you know, some people have some not so nice people in their family. I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about the ones that you care about. Always make time for those ones. Because we don't live forever. Circumstances change. And sometimes, when you get older, if you have young kids, they decide to move far, far away from you. Thank you, Ramon. Yes, I think she did really good. I didn't even get the ending of the video. Thank God my husband recorded as well. Because it hit me in my feels really badly. But she knew it. She knew what she was doing. She warned me. She's like, you can't see it. You can't know the song. I can't know anything about it. But she's like, I might make you cry. So she gave me a little warning. But I think the fact is what she's been through this year. And then seeing her do that. And like seeing the passion and like the person going through something with anxiety and stuff. And then dancing about it, you can see like, you know, the raw, like the character, the rawness, the like passion, I guess you'd say. It's like it made it so much more impactable for me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was that crazy parent that was like, woo, yeah, after her dance. And I had some parents looking back at me like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? But I don't care. I think she killed that performance. Killed it. Well, she sure as hell killed me. I even listened to that song today because it's My Sister Soldier, the song. I'm Not Okay. He does a lot of anxiety and therapeutic music, like people going through things. Like one of the ones I like, it's called Through Hell. And it says, like, I had to go through hell to be the person I am today. I had to find my way. And, you know, I relate to those musics because that's things I've gone through. And now, you know, she's kind of going through her thing. So it was nice to see her, like, I know she specifically did that performance more for me and her than anybody else. So, like, it hit me, okay? Lots of hot sauce being redeemed. Oh, so that's what happened. Ooh, a whole ball of butter? Whoa. I can imagine that didn't taste too well, but okay. I'm a crier. I cry at weddings of people I don't even know. Hey, but weddings are supposed to be a beautiful thing, right? They're love and new adventures. It's worth a cry. Trust me, I cry watching movies, okay? My husband sometimes looks at me and he's like, really? This has made you cry? And I'm like, yep, I'm sorry. I especially when it's people related. It's going to make me go off. And like when I was listening to that song today on my playlist, all I could see was her dancing. And I was like, now every time I listen to a song, all I'm going to see is her dance. So it was definitely very memorable and impactable. But unfortunately, because Discord only lets you upload so much, I made a little clip for you guys because I couldn't put it all up. But I'm sure you guys would have enjoyed it as much as I did. The funny thing is, she's like, are you really going to put that on Discord? I'm like, yeah, because I told everybody on stream I had to leave early today because your performance. It's like, so you bet your bottom dollar I'm putting it on screen. Sorry, kid, but last time I checked, you're still a minor, and I have to give parental consent if you're going to be online, and I decided that you're going to be on my Discord. Right? The thing, if a movie doesn't make you feel something, is it a movie you really liked at that point? Because I feel like even if it's just like horror, like you're scared, something lovely, something that makes you cry, something funny, like you have to feel from music and movies, like The reason we watch these things is for feeling, I would assume. Or at least that's just me. Like, you have to feel these things. Ooh, nice. I've just been watching this series. I started it from the first one. It's about a guy that's going around and what's it called? He's trying to figure out like if people are truthful, like if there's any truth to some of these things that people are saying, like, oh, Christopher Columbus' body lies here, Christopher Columbus, his ship lies here. Like, he goes and like tries to see these things, and like they're saying that the cross was just like broken up and all over the world, and he's like going around trying to find out, and then some people won't test bones and stuff. He's like, so how are we supposed to know it's accurate? Like I said, I like a lot of documentary type things too, so that's what I've been watching. It's interesting. And I like a lot of sci-fi stuff. I know. I have a wide variety of genre that I like, and I'm weird, and I own it. But, you know, that's the thing. We all don't want to be the same. It would not be fun if we were all the same. I don't think I did a second coat on this one. No, I don't think so. Even if I did, oh well, one will have 3 coats. Whatever. Can't remember everything all the time. Or at least I can't. That is the 3rd coat in that one. Oh well. Whatever, I forgot. It won't make it look bulky, I'm sure. I'm sure we've got it. That's the thing. Sometimes I honestly don't remember. Sometimes I get lost. That's why I only try to do 2 racks at once. Like, even if it's in a 20 set, I try to do 2. Because it's easier for me to remember between 2 sets. Well, as you see, if you're saying this is my 3rd, obviously I forgot. But when you start doing like the 4 to have the 20 nails done at once, I start getting lost. So, like, I know my limitations. The most I can do is 10 at once and keep track of it. After that, I could be putting 5th coats on. My fingers don't like to type on. Always turns into in. It's okay. My phone likes to. The funny thing is, I'll correct my phone. I'll correct it, put it on, and then out of nowhere, after I press enter, I read it, and my whole text has changed, and I'm like, oh my god, now I sound like a moron. Thanks. And the funny thing is, now every time I hear thanks, I think of YN and the birds. Thanks. Always. It's the only thing I think of when I think of thanks now. I don't even think of Finding Nemo. And here I am drinking the ice cup again. It's okay. I got another hour. I won't need to pee before then. Or let's hope not. Now back to my gloves because, you know, like I said, I get very messy stamping. Yes, that's the one, J-Rob. It's definitely a memorable emoji. Okay. And thanks. I don't know what I did with something again. Oh, there it is. Okay. Go figure. Sometimes we just do something silly and forget. Oh, yeah. Stamper. Need stamper. Oh. Why is there... Yeah, that's the other thing. funny thing is my dogs started shedding later this year than normal, so they're just starting their shed now. And of course they're starting their shed now, right? Because this is the time I'm trying to get ready for the Bender event. But now I'm starting to find hair everywhere, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm cool with it. But I'm finding it absolutely everywhere. I was complaining because it's the beginning of June. I was like, oh my goodness, blow out your fur already so we can be done with it for the summer. But they weren't doing it. And then I noticed today, once I start to do all these sets, like, oh, now you're going to blow out your fur. Thanks. But, it's the way it works, right? We can't control how things happen. Romeworks, I follow that guy using the polish and nail supplier paint. Fine, there's no doubt. He draws amazing too, really well. I bet you'd like him. Ooh, that sounds good. Just going through chat to see if I missed anything. Ooh, fishing lures. I like fishing lures. I used to build my flies with my dad when I was younger. Almost did the same thing, put the wrong lid on the bottle. Right? I have to check that one out after. Actually, I'm just going to like that now before I forget. But yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. I like making fishing lures. I haven't made any in years. But I used to like making flies for salmon fishing. Which I have to upgrade my fishing license because I want to go fishing off the bank. I'm going to do shore fishing because I don't own a boat, so I have to do shoreline fishing. But I want to do some this summer. Once in your life, you're missing out. A fun thing to do is ice fishing. I know. You guys are like, oh my god, that sounds crazy. It's cold. Well, my husband, he is not a big, into fish or anything. But when we were dating, he didn't have his fishing license, but Valentine's Day, they decided to do a free fishing day. So what did he do for Valentine's Day? He came ice fishing with me. Which was hilarious because he didn't even have a snowsuit. He had nothing. But thankfully my uncle and my dad had extra gear and extra rods, so he went out with me. Which we didn't end up catching anything because the drifts on the ice were so big that we ended up digging out the car instead. And yes, we are those crazy people that take our car out on the ice. You need a license to fish? Well, I don't know about in the States, but up here you do. If not, the fishery will get you. And trust me, you don't want the fishery to get you. Especially in Newfoundland, the cod fishing season, if they catch you over your limit, you can lose your house, car, and jail. The fishing is strict. Very strict. In Cali, you definitely, I can't speak on the States because I don't know much of the state laws. I can just tell you Canadian laws. But it's pretty cheap. I think it's $60 for a year, and I think it's $120 for 3 years. I usually just buy 3 years, so I don't have to remember it, because you need it for any fishing, any time of the year. But there are certain times. There's twice a year where they give you, where you can go fishing for free. It's usually Family Day, where no one has to have a license, and which is in Canada here, is in February. And I'm trying to think of the other time, but there's usually 2 in the year where it's free. It's free to fish. Oh, I just realized I have more lines here. What did I do there? Oh, I got it. Oh my god. Love it. I got the line without ruining the cow. But if you ever want to try something crazy, I'll tell you to try ice fishing. And if you can rent a hut, rent a hut. Mind you, renting the hut with my husband was an adventure because he thought, he's like, maybe we should turn off the heater inside the hut. He's like, the ice is melting. We're going to fall through the ice. I was like, the ice is not melting. It is 8 inches thick, buddy. We ain't going anywhere. But the funny thing is, the ice does do pressure cracks. Like the pressure that cracks the ice sometimes because the water's always moving underneath it. Well, one year I was up there. We know because I'm an avid fisher, ice fisher when I was younger because it was free when you're under 18. And my parents liked the idea of getting more fish. That we were up there. I'm keen to know when that sound's rumbling, what's happening, and I just tell them, like, watch your holes because the water might spit up. Well, one year we were up there and the people were in an aluminum hut. Worst hut in the world to be inside for a pressure crack. They all come running, screaming out. I was like, yep, because aluminum just makes that sound thunder. Like, you think Greg's voice is Thungarian? Ooh, listen to a pressure crack go through an aluminum hut? Sheesh. You think the whole world, like, you feel like you're, like, you just got apocalypse or something. No worries, J-Rob. Let the doggy there. Well, guys fishing off the pier here needed one too. Anywhere you fish, you have to have one. Yeah, there are some places up here too. Besides the fact that you need your license, there's some places up here that you have to rent to even stand there to fish. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, got it finally. Sorry, guys, that was driving me nuts. But this is why I wear gloves, because I will do crazy things with snapping. Yeah, I won't. I'm not. And some of them, like, even if you're not fishing, it's $5 per person. So, like, for me, the family afford to go $20 for me to fish. I'll just pick a dock that I don't have to pay for, which is usually shoreline. Oh, in Cali, you can do that without a license? No, see, even here you have to. Like, and there's a canal in town where, like, the boats go through, and even there you need it. And I see police there all the time pulling off people on the canal, asking them for the license. I'm not going to lie. I had my license. The kids wanted to go ice fishing. My husband didn't have his license. And he was playing around with it. As we were reeling up to go in, he was just playing around with it. He just wanted to try casting it. And, of course, the one time he decided to try casting to see if the rod's broken for my son, that's when the fishery came by. But thankfully, like, they're watching for a while before they even come to you. So thankfully he was nice, and we told him that, you know, he'll go get his license on Friday when he gets paid. And he's like, well, if I check on the computer Friday that you don't have your license, I'm coming to arrest you. So first thing Friday morning when he got paid, we went and paid for the license. And he was just playing. He wasn't technically fishing. He was just making sure the casting was working for my son. But because he was touching the rod and putting it in the water without a license, that's a no-no. Yep, you can get arrested. I know it sounds a little silly, but I also get that point of view because, like, where I'm originally from is Newfoundland, which was, like, you know, we were all raised off of fisheries and fish plants and all that kind of jazz. Like, because all the offshore companies and everything else come in and, like, take the stuff, the fish, and it made it harder for people that were fishermen trying to make money, the laws have become more and more strict over time. It's just like my well, you guys don't have to deal with it because you're not getting into gun control on here, by the way, guys. We're not opening that can of worms. But I'm just saying, just because up here we have a stricter rule of guns, once my grandfather passes, we have to turn his guns in. His hunting guns. They can't be passed on like back in the day. They used to be able to pass on as long as well, I think my dad and my uncle are registered, and they're trying to find the loophole. Not the loophole. They're trying to get it fixed so they can have it. They don't want it well, they hunt too, but they don't want his gun per se for that. It's just he has an old style one that it's been passed on and for generations, and it'd be nice to keep it. So we have to see but as far as I know, once he passes, we will have to pass it in, which kind of sucks. But, laws are laws, and we all try to be law-abiding citizens. But, Newfoundland was like a hunter-gatherer and live off the land kind of thing, because the only way to get to the island used to be by plane or boat. It still is, mind you, but, a lot of commercial trucks go down there now. But before, there weren't much commercial trucks. It was more everybody fended for themselves and helped each other out. So it's a little different, I guess you'd say. Yeah, it's owned. But I would not be able to own it because I do not have my gun license. I do not have any of that. Even though I always said I would get my license, because I always, growing up as that kind of person, I always thought, once I'm 18, I'm going to have my gun license and I'm going to start hunting moose, and I'll provide for the family, traditional pass down, so the kids don't lose that. But I'm not in Newfoundland anymore, and to take a trip costs more just for hunting. So I'm like, maybe by the time I retire, then I'll do it. But yeah, it doesn't seem right because, it's a family thing. We should be able to keep it in the family. We should, yes, not be allowed to sell it or, but I feel like family members should be able to keep it. And it is registered, so it's not like it's illegal. But, things change, and that's the funny. It's they're cracking down more on controlled guns and not the illegal ones, and the illegal ones are the problem. Oh, see here, there's lots of lands you can't hunt on. So what a lot of us do in Ontario, anyways, in Newfoundland, moose hunting is a lottery system where you have to apply for your license, you pay, and if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But you can't, you won't get it 2 years in a row, regardless. So usually, each family member applies so that, or even your neighbors, and then you share it up each year so everybody gets a little piece of moose. Back in the day, that was how you got your food. So, different times, different scenarios. But yeah, no, up here, even because where I live, in the part of Ontario I live in, is the hunting area. So people duck hunt and deer hunt up here and turkey hunt. That when that season opens, 7 o'clock in the morning, you hear gunshots. And I guess people new to the area, because a lot of people are moving out of the city and trying to move more north, they don't understand the hunting part of it. And eventually I think the hunting will be gone from here, because unfortunately they're building so many houses, because the city's already there's nowhere in the city to build, so they're moving more and more out of the cities and into the country lands. But some people up here, because Facebook nowadays, everybody's the Facebook in there and writing, oh my gosh, did you hear gunfire? What's going on? Anybody on the street? Any police? Anyone call the police yet? And it's we see many people writing in this during hunting season. Hunting season just started. Well, 7 o'clock in the morning, the kids have school. And it's people, hunting has been around since the dawn of time. you know, you're not going to stop it. Families pass it on. Eventually, it might die down a bit. Who knows? But it's like, you kind of have to realize that not every time you hear a gunshot, it is something bad. Well, yes, it's bad for the animal, for people that are animal lovers, but back in the day, you know, that's how you fed your whole family meat for the winter. If not, you had no meat. There was no such thing as a grocery store. So it's like different times, different things. We hear gunshots out here daily. Heck, my neighbor has a mini cannon he fires off on holidays. What? That's kind of cool. I get it can be annoying for neighbors, but like that's kind of cool. It reminds me of oh my gosh, what movie is that? Mary Poppins, where the guy's firing off the cannon every day at the certain time. Like that's why that's the only reason, one of the reasons I watched the Queen's thing and the King's thing, because they do the gunshots. It's because it's like, it's interesting to see like old school times and stuff. And not that I want, old school times, because like, hello, I don't need no world wars or nothing like that. But it's like the history of it that I like learning like how things have evolved. But yeah, I'm sure my grandfather, right now he's been doing all his gardening and like getting all his crops done, which, I admire as an older person, still doing the old school ways. But I'm sure soon he'll be making sure his gun and scope are good for his hunt. I'm not gonna lie, when I was a little girl, I used to be able to fire because rules were a little different back then. I used to be able to fire the BB gun into the back of our old boat for target practice, because we also built our own boats and canoes. My grandfather taught me all that about soaping the wood, like all the authentic ways, I guess you'd say, of doing it. And like, now, especially that I'm older, I appreciate it. The history of how things have changed. Like now everything's fiberglass or thing. Like, how many people really know how to build a boat from wood? Not very many. Everybody just knows like broad productions, I guess you'd say. Oh my gosh, productions, I guess that's the right word. I don't know. I don't English well. But like, I like learning all the old school ways. Like, my kids, when I went to Newfoundland in 2019 before COVID for my brother's wedding, I showed my kids the root cellar my grandparents have. I showed them like the typewriter that they have, the very first hair dryer from back in the day. Like, things that their kids are probably not even going to know existed. Like, honestly, walking through my grandparents' house sometimes, it's like a time capsule. Like, they even have the rotary phone still hooked up. And I asked the kids, I'm like, how do you dial? But clearly they've been on YouTube, so they knew how to dial. And I was like, oh, smart. You guys have brains. Like, how many people don't even know how to use this phone? But they did. You're back since dogs need in now. I can't leave the female outside long. Don't want the neighbor's dogs catching a whiff. Oh yeah, that would not be fun. Not so much, I'm sure for her it would be stressful too, but I'm sure with their dogs it'd be fun, but not for the headache of dealing with your neighbors at the same time. Oh, that's a bottle of water gone. Just filling up the bladder some more. Why? Because we can. As the nails get smaller, it's a little harder where you want to put the spots because there's not much space left. But we're working through it. And I'm working through putting all this polish all over my hands. But it's all good. Ooh. I'm going to be seeing black and white all night. Guess I should watch a black and white movie. Me seeing black and white. Yes, child of mine. I'm finishing my cows. Does it look cowy enough for you? Yeah, let me guess. You want the Oculus? Well, then why aren't you charging it?
I do kind of. And you kind of been streaming for 2 hours.
I stream for 3 usually. I'm almost done once I'm done this set. Which... You have not all weekend, but it's the weekend, so you'll have plenty of time to play. Right? I feel your J-Rob on that one. I always say the same thing when the dogs, after I finally let them out for a while and they come in, I'm like, okay, now you've been fed, you have your water, you've had everything. Just can I sit for 5 minutes apiece? $5 minutes apiece, please. But I swear we all do it. Show us how doing what? It's kind of cold outside. I guess. I'm actually liking this cow set. I think it turned out pretty cool, even though like as we get smaller we can't put much spots on them. It's still kind of working. Which I'm not complaining about. I think I might change my nails this weekend. I don't know if he'll move the car, but you can try. Right, I think they're pretty cute. And I'm actually pretty happy with my stamping pickup today. Like, I didn't have to redo them many times. Sometimes I have to redo them a lot. So, it was kind of cool that, you know, it kind of worked out nicely. Sometimes, you know, the pickup isn't so great. Oh, I almost dropped the sand. Come on. I just love the amount of nail polish I'm getting all over myself. Okay. But that's why I never put this hand into the light. Because this is the hand I usually get stuff all over. I might need just a little dab of black. Very, very little, because this is... I might not get the pickup I want. Oh. Definitely gonna have to shave this one off because I got a lot on the thing down here, and then I'll have to re-top coat it once I take it off and put it back on, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow of things. Okay. And of course, today doing this set, I didn't really have a tea leaf reading for you guys, but we can... There's not much there to go off of. I kind of see a deer face. But like I said, it wasn't a big tea leaf reading. But it was interesting. I'm not gonna lie. A pincher bug. Ooh, interesting. I'm not a green person. Usually I do not like the color green at all. I'm like, green what? Green who? But for some reason lately, green is growing on me. I see a light bulb. Oh, I could see where you get the light bulb. You guys have some great ideas on what you see, even though it was like not much polish there. But yeah, lately I've been liking green too. It's weird because my favorite color is red, and you'd think I'd be doing everything red, but colors are starting to grow on me. I guess I could say they literally are growing on me. But no, I don't have very many colors, but you know, I'm building my stockpile slowly. I have that ring and this ring, and that's about all the polishes I own. But you know, just like everything else, over time things grow. And grow and grow and grow. The green is growing on you from seeing the background on the nails for Doctor Who, right? I think so. That and maybe the Slovene helps it too, because, like, I don't know. Like, I really like this one. This one turned out really good. And maybe that's the green that's really making me, like green right now. Blue with the green should... Right? That magnet, like just the regular magnetic of it. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of almost like a Northern Light stamp. I'm not gonna lie. I know I have to do something like that for the vendor sale because the husband's been on my butt about it. You should make them. I know I should. I know a lot of people like the cat eyes. I get it. I know I have to give in to more simpler things. Just simple for me is a tough cookie to swallow. Like, look, I'm supposed to be doing a simple set, and I still ended up putting cows. It's all good, though. You know, you gotta have different variety, because, you know, you never know who's gonna come to these events and what their favorite things are. Like, I think about it sometimes. Like, think about it. If I had a bunch of chicken stuff, and I did chickens on nails, I know J-Rob has her nails, but you know, and she walked by, she might be inclined to buy chicken nails just because she likes chickens. So a bit of it has to kind of be like marketing as well, you know. Right? They do look really good. I'm not gonna lie. I would. Right? That's like me. Like, sometimes I buy some pointless, and I'm going to say it, it is pointless Mickey Mouse stuff. Just because Mickey Mouse is on it. I don't need it, but it's just so darn cute that I'm like, I gotta buy it. Right? Yeah. See, that would get you at least to the booth, even if you didn't buy anything. It'd grab your attention to come look at everything else to see what's there. So it's like, I want to try to get some attention things, I guess you'd say, at the same time. But I get it. It's not for everyone, but if I want to give this, even though this is the first try, and like, if things don't work, they don't work, you know, I'm not gonna... Oh, I need to get my tweezers. I'm not going to be too disappointed if I, you know, because, like, even just giving out a business card to me, it will be a win. Which, speaking of business cards, I think they're coming in the next couple of weeks, no? Babe, when are the business cards supposed to be in? Next week, okay. Yeah, my husband made my business cards for me, so they should be coming before the vendor's event. Oh, got it. Gotta love those little hairs that you notice, and then they leave you on like the I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Like a car you never notice until you drive in, then you're on the road and everywhere, right? Yep. Trust me, every car I've owned, I was like, oh, this is cool. No one else has this. As soon as you drive out of the parking lot with that car, or wherever you got it from, because mine are usually secondhand, you're still like, you see it everywhere, and you're like, but I never saw this car till I got it. Why do I see it everywhere now? It's just the way our brains work. Which is unique in itself. It's like why we do the things we do. But I find it's always interesting. Which, because I did the chrome, I was thinking, but I had to get another top coat because I thought it looked chrome. But because I'm doing this white background, it's really showing me I did not get much chrome in my base, my top coat, as I thought I did. So that's a good feeling. Because I accidentally switched brush on stream yesterday. And noticed that there was a lot of speckle in it, but thankfully it doesn't transfer on the next ones. I think chrome particles fall to the bottom of the bottle. Well, that's good. That'll be good. At least then I can use it. Because usually when the bottle gets low, I either put it in another bottle or I put them all combined into a bottle for 4 sparkles and gel. But that's the thing. I was out of that polish, so I was putting it in the bottle from this bottle, but I had both the tips out and put the wrong tip into each bottle. But it's okay. Accidents happen. That's how we learn. We learn from our mistakes. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, well, then you're doomed to repeat your mistakes. So always try to learn. And you're never too old to learn. Trust me, it impresses me seeing like 70, 80-year-old women going to college because they want to change their career now. I'm like, you go, girl. And the funny thing is, there's a bunch of people, oh, I can't do it, I'm too old now. You're never too old to do what you want. Do what you want. Have fun with it. Oh, that one fell down. This has definitely been a calorific stream. Ha ha ha. Well, the funny thing is, the same time it takes me to do one character, mind you. Technically, I have 28 minutes left to my stream, but clearly with 28 minutes, I'm not going to start another set. There's no point. But it's funny. One character in 3 hours. Or 20 semi-simple nails. I call these simple for me, but I get it. Some people struggle with stamping a lot. But still, 20 nails still took me 2 hours and 30 minutes. Mind you, the more you practice, the more you come down on them, but it still takes a while. This is why, I laugh when people say things like, that's expensive. Well, think about it. Say this set was even if it was $50, I spent 2.5 hours making this set. You work a 9-to-5 job, and what is it? $15, $17 is minimum wage most likely now. What? What is minimum wage now?
Here in Canada, it's like 14.
It's 14, okay, but still $14.
In America, it's 7.
Okay. I'm saying here it's $14. So that's 28 plus another half an hour would be 7. $37 in 2.5 hours. Time plus materials. That too, right? So it's like people, like you wouldn't go work your job. Most people don't want to work minimum wage, period. Because, hello, can't really live off a minimum wage, but it's like, you have to think, if I'm putting in time, materials, and efforts, I can't just give it away. I gotta at least be making minimum wage. But I think these are cute. We have 20 cows on nails. It's hilarious. Alabama's minimum wage is $7.50. Yeah, my husband's like, no, babe, in the States it's $7.50. I was like, oh. Who could live on that, right? Like, really, who can live on $7.50 an hour? Especially if you're like, all you can work is part-time. That's not even covering anything. It's $7.25. Still terrible. 7 anything is still terrible. Especially like if minimum wage here was 7 something, like no one would be able to live, because apartment right now, like that I've seen recently up for rent. I think it was the other day my husband saw what was it, 1 bedroom $3,000? $2,000 for a 1 bedroom apartment to rent. Sorry, a basement of a house to rent out. $2,000 for 1 bedroom. And $7.50 or $7.25, sorry. I don't think you can afford that. That's Cali prices. So you guys have the same kind of like crazy rent syndrome going on? Yeah, cost of living is crazy. And then, the food keeps going up every couple months, it seems. So it's like everything just keeps adding up. But it definitely is not cheap. Nothing is cheap no more. And the worst thing is, like, there are elderly people that, are on Canada pension. So it's like, it's made off base of what they made back in when their working time is. So it's not like they can just increase their income. So that's why you see a lot more old elderly people still working, because they can't afford anything. It's nearly $5 a gallon for a gallon of milk. Yeah, I think that's what we pay, is like $5 for 1 liter of milk. 4 liters, is that what it is? I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever the bottle is in the fridge. 4-liter bottle is $5. So it's milk ain't cheap. Not at all. And like, normally, because this weekend is Father's Day, normally I buy steaks. I haven't bought them yet, but I've been looking at them. And 1 steak is now like, and this is not like some high-end piece cut of meat. Like, this is just steak barbecued from Walmart. It's like $38 to $50, depending on it. Work 1 hour to buy 1 gallon of milk is a disgrace. It is. It's absolutely horrendous. And like, it's funny because I've been seeing articles about how food banks need donations now, because there's so many people needing use of food banks. And it's like, well, yeah, look at a box of Kraft dinner. That thing used to be 50 cents. Now you want like $1.50 for a box of Kraft dinner. Like, the funny thing is, the products haven't really changed. The ingredients in them haven't changed, but prices keep changing. That's why, like, I like telling the kids sometimes, like, back in the day, your great-grandfather could, well, your grandfather especially, so their grandfather, my dad, could get a chocolate bar, a bag of chips, and a can of pop for $1.50. Good luck getting anything for $1.50 now. The taxes are super high for Alabama too. One of the highest in the South for state taxes. Wow. Yeah, tax. The funny thing is, I'm sure it's there too, but like I said, I don't know much about the U.S. laws. But it's funny because the more money you make, the more taxes they take. Like once you hit like a certain threshold, then you're in the higher tax bracket, and it's just like wham after wham after wham. Like you think, oh, I'm making more money now. This is gonna be great. But then when you see the taxes come out, you're like, well, I'm pretty much making what I was making before, but less taxes. It, like, to me, stupid concept. But that's the thing. You can't change the world. You can just make yourself be the better person and strive to be supportive of everybody and try and make the world a better place. It does really suck. I work so much for overtime to try and get ahead, and then they take so much. Yeah, Sandy, I totally get it. Like, you put in all the hours, and especially like if it's before Christmas or your family, you're taking your family on a cruise and you want to have some spending money, so you put in all that extra effort because you, like, the boss said, oh, this is coming up, and you're like, oh, I'll take it, and then like now you're overworking yourself, but you don't even get to reap the rewards. It's a pretty little messed up way of looking at things. I know my husband didn't even get paid overtime, and like he wouldn't get paid, but he was in IT, so like sometimes he'd literally get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I probably wouldn't see him until 2 or 3 o'clock at night. But yet he's still making, back then, when he first started, it was the minimum wage. No, it was, I think it was $20 an hour at the one place where he was working, and yet they only put in that you work 40 hours a week. Meanwhile, last time I checked, I calculated Monday to Friday, and sometimes I didn't even have to work on a weekend. Monday to Friday, sometimes on weekends, from 6 in the morning till like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm pretty sure that's more than 40 hours in a week. But yet his paycheck always said 40 hours he worked this week, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this week you might have put in like 100 hours, and this does not reflect the amount of work you put in. It's not illegal to not pay overtime in Canada. I believe it is, but I was also young and dumb, and you know, the husband was getting paid, so I didn't have money for no lawyers. So it's like, eek, you're learning. But yeah, he used to work like mad hours, and I was always like, dude, how come you're working so hard and we got nothing to show for it? It doesn't seem right. My husband's on a threshold. When he does overtime, he works for an hour free, basically, to cover the extra tax on the 4 hours overtime, right? It's crazy. Yeah, salary versus hourly is definitely different. Salary doesn't have to pay overtime. You get a set pay every week. Yeah. No, his wasn't. I guess in a sense it's a salary. Yeah, it's salary. That's what he said. Because, they tell you you'll make $24,000 a year, but yet you're putting in a buttload of work for the $24,000. But like I said, we were also young and just learning the job force, so we weren't gonna, My last pay period, I worked 111 hours. Whoa, you were killing it. And that wasn't even in the nail business. You were killing it. That's true job, J-Rob. Yeah, that is. Like, that's crazy. 111 hours. The funny thing is, like, I've calculated some of my sets by doing streams. And I'm like, dude, The amount of hours I've put into this craft is crazy. But, I enjoy what I'm doing, so I don't care. And I guess that's why that statement says if you like what you do, you never work a day in your life. Yes, you're working. Yes, you're going to have frustrating moments. But as long as you're enjoying yourself doing it, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. And that's what matters the most. Well, I guess we should end the stream so that way you guys can all have your dinners, go home from work or whatever, so that way you're all ready for Ramon's movie night if you're going. I'm sure I'll see some of you there, if not most of you. But thank you for sticking around for the cow journey today. Next week we'll be doing some more 20 sets, but we'll also try and do maybe a Doctor Who character nail one day to finish up that set as well. But I think we had a cowrific day. And I will see you guys all next time. Remember, have a fabulous weekend. Hopefully we'll be doing Monday night game night on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. So hopefully you'll be all there. Have a great job. Moo, they are cute, right? I think they are cute. I'm actually thinking I might have to make myself a set. But we'll see. It was fun. See you guys later. Love the cows. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you guys for hanging out and chatting with me. I love our little events and talks about randomness. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you later. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. Bye.